Welcome, ladies and gents. Two gents, 2 cents here, back with another episode. We're going to be recapping Week 12 slate a little bit and then going into Thanksgiving Day games, Black Friday games, and Sunday slate here. So, quick little recap. Mark, quite a few big games happened on Sunday here as of recording this just yesterday. So, still feeling the effects from both of us. Both of our teams suffered a crushing loss. But yeah, and honestly, to get right into it, I think one of the biggest games, we talked about it going into it and coming out of it, still think it was probably the biggest game on the slate. Colts and Chiefs. What are your thoughts, implications of how the result went, and what you kind of think comes of it?
So I think it was a big game for both teams, right? If the Chiefs lost that game, they go down to a 36% chance of the playoffs. Not a really huge pendulum swing either way for the Colts. They win, obviously, it helps their chances. They lose, doesn't really change a whole lot. Colts have a pretty big next 6 games in front of them that are going to be must-haves. But watching the game, I think that they started out red hot. First half played really well. Second half they played to not lose. Right, they didn't play to win. They played to not lose. Too conservative. In the fourth quarter, there's a fourth down they should have gone for. Field position wouldn't have been great if they didn't make it, but at that point, the defense couldn't stop the Chiefs. So I think that was a questionable coaching decision. And then in overtime, to not go for that fourth down, you're punting it to the Chiefs in overtime. Another questionable. Refs sucked in this game. I'm not going to blame them for the loss, but it definitely contributed. Overall disappointing. We couldn't get the ground game going. Lack of discipline all across the board when the game started. Some offsides, some false starts. Sloppy game, pretty disheartening. I'm not giving enough hope on the Colts. I think they can turn it around. But this is pretty disappointing loss, and I'll hand it to the Chiefs. They took care of business, and I was wrong. I was wrong in my prediction. We did not end the dynasty, and it looks
You
like the
say you're
Chiefs
not
won
giving up
back.
hope, but you sure sound like it. What is up? Did you stay up late last night, or are you a little bit tired?
Dude, I'm
Pretty bummed out.
yeah, dude. It after they lost, man, I've pretty well been pouting, adult pouting, dude. I was crappy at work today. It stinks, man. It's a terrible loss. Yeah, they pretty well ruined yesterday for me, and I'd say today's on the uphill. Going to play Smart Raiders later, but yeah, man, terrible loss. I mean, good job, Chiefs. I want to say Mahomes is a crybaby. He cried to the refs the whole game. And, I mean, you can watch the game and see it. This is not me just saying Mahomes is a crybaby. Holy crap. Go back and watch the game footage. The Colts didn't do themselves any favors. The refs didn't do them any favors. I was pretty proud of them in the first half. But, again, going into the fourth quarter, I place a lot of the blame on the coaching.
I was going to ask you, like, is that on Steichen? Because there's a lot of people calling for his name this morning, and
I don't. I think he's a great coach, right? I think he's a great coach. I don't think this game should question his job or anything like that, but it's definitely a game where he needs to reflect a little bit on some of his play calls. Going into the game, he should have known Spagnuolo was going to shut the run down. And aside from his play calling, I thought the team looked undisciplined, which is a reflection of him. So, between being undisciplined, a lot of silly penalties, and some just terrible decisions, man, I place this game on Steichen's shoulders for the loss, truly.
Yeah, it seemed like they were getting pretty conservative, especially when it came to red zone plays. They moved the ball in between the 20s. It seemed like pretty easily, but once they got on the other side of the 50, it was stall. I mean, they had those first 2 touchdowns on the first 2 drives where they looked like world beaters. I mean, it was just obviously those are the scripted plays, but. Yeah, luckily for your Colts, Chiefs aren't going to be battling for positioning, with you guys as far as like wild card or anything like that. And like you said, you're still going to have the same games that are, whether you won this game or lost this game, they're kind of going to define seeding and where you end up in the division, because you have 2 games against the Houston Texans and 2 games against Jacksonville, which that's going to determine who wins the division regardless of the result here. But it's pretty interesting. We called it. It would be close pretty much the whole way. I think the Colts, might have had a couple of chances to put them away a little bit further. It was within 1 score for most of the game, so I'd say it was rather close.
So in the second half, the Colts had 4 consecutive drives that went 3 and out.
Yeah. You know how many first downs they had the whole game?
The Chiefs had a ton. I know that.
I know the number for the Colts.
What is it?
3.
Wow. Yeah, I mean that's disappointing. It's disappointing. So
Yeah.
I'm done talking about that. I might throw up on the monitor.
Well, outside of that game, there were several other games that I think were influential on implications for the rest of the season, how the playoff picture goes. One of which was definitely the big comeback that I don't, we called it initially, but I don't think that we would have picked it that way if we would have known they would have started out 21-0, and that's the Cowboys. We both picked the Cowboys to cover the spread, but definitely did not see that comeback coming. And almost similar to the Colts game, they kind of went in coast mode themselves. They went up really big early into the third quarter and couldn't get a first down. Saquon fumbles. A.J. Brown dropped a touchdown that got called back because he fumbled it on the pylon. Just kind of uncharacteristic, dumb mistakes that they made, and Dallas, credit to them, took advantage of it. What did you think about that result and how that kind of all played out? And do you think the Cowboys have a chance here now at 5-5-1 to maybe steal a wild card spot?
Well, we won't project too much, but the Cowboys have the Chiefs on Thursday, right?
They do.
Yeah. No, I think the Cowboys are finding their rhythm. Still don't like betting on them. But Pickens has been a great addition. He's also on my fantasy team. He's just lights out lately. I think the Cowboys are playing pretty well. I think they're Super Bowl bound now. I think they make it to the first round of the playoffs as usual and lose, but they're looking pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I feel like we know what to expect when it comes to their offense. I still don't trust their running game, and I don't trust their rushing defense, but their defense is starting to get healthy. And they do have some pretty good corners, good safeties, but I still think it's the Eagles' division to lose there. But, they're only 2 games back now. So it's within the realm of possibilities. What you got?
So you're talking about it's their division to lose. I will tell you, side note, I think that the NFC is the Rams to lose in its entirety.
Yeah, we'll get into the Rams here in a minute, but I agree with you on that one to an extent. I think the Rams are the best team in the NFL. I've been saying that for 3-4 weeks. But as far as like winning the NFC East, I still would think Philly has to be the super huge favorite. They have some issues on offense, which they have a new offensive coordinator this year, but it's still the same team as it was last year. So I feel like at some point they'll be able to figure it out, and that defense is going to keep them in a lot of games, just like we talked about with Houston and some other teams. Moving along, I guess, speaking about some pretty awful results for us. Pittsburgh went into Chicago and did something that they've done consistently, and it's not win at Soldier Field. They haven't won there, I think, since 1991. No Aaron Rodgers, and until about midway through the third quarter, it looked kind of okay that Rodgers didn't play. Defense had a touchdown in the end zone. T.J. Watt, strip sack, fumble, touchdown.
Yeah, what was Caleb Williams doing there? That was ridiculous.
Yeah,
that was a silly move.
I saw him miss more wide open guys than I thought were possible. We could have lost that game handedly, to be quite honest with you, if it wasn't for the turnovers that we caused and him just flat out missing some wide open people on third down quite a bit. They could have scored like 40 on us, which is why I'm really starting to get more and more worried about the Steelers defense. It's almost like if they can't cause turnovers, they're just going to get demolished. We're letting anybody throw on the yard. Even against the Colts, when we had 6 turnovers, I think they still had like almost 400 yards of offense. So that's going to be a problem. For this game in particular, I think if Rodgers would have played, we would have won because we had 3 turnovers ourselves.
Yeah, I didn't realize Rodgers wasn't playing. I was really looking forward to quoting you on our last show, saying Rodgers owns the Bears, but he didn't play. So either way, I covered that one and you did not.
Did not, by the hook, by the half point. But we've got Buffalo coming up, so we got to rear back. Hopefully Rodgers is going to play. It's in Pittsburgh. Got to go out there and win that one. Spoke on it a little bit just a second ago, but I do want to kind of highlight the Bucs and Rams game. Rams just demolished the Buccaneers. It was over in the second. As soon as the pick six from Baker happened to go down 14-0, I think that game was over. Then Baker goes out and could be out for an extended period of time. We know, or at least I think we both think the same thing about the Rams, but I want to pose the question, what do you think about the Bucks? What is this? If he's out for more than a couple of weeks, does that change anything for you? It's not like their division is good at all, but somehow
Without Mike,
Carolina's there at 6-4. So
yeah,
does that worry
without
you at
Mike,
all?
without Mike Evans, the Buccaneers don't exist. Losing him, they've just been on a terrible downhill slide. I think the Bucks are done. I
See,
think
I
if they
disagree there. I don't think Mike Evans is even their number one receiver anymore.
He may not be, but I think he added a lot. And so, with that loss, that seemed to be the pivot when I think their team started to play like garbage. I've been big on the Bucks all year, but after watching the Rams just take care of business with them, I don't know, man. I think the overreaction Monday, the Bucks season's over, dude.
I'll say, I think if they can get their defensive guys that have been out like pretty much the entire year back, I think that's their biggest problem. Other than the offensive line with the injuries there, they can't protect Baker. Obviously, he's hurt. Their defense is just like, it's like a high school defense. I mean, Buffalo put up 30 and a half against them, and then, the Rams probably could have done that if they really wanted to last night.
What I'll say is interesting is, and I don't know if this was a coaching change or not, the Rams scored 31 of their 34 points in the first half.
Yeah.
The second half, they only scored 3. Not sure if that was a coaching move, like a mercy rule thing, or if the Bucks defense just kind of awakened a little bit there. But interesting little tidbit.
I'm not gonna lie, I definitely did not. I turned the game off after the third quarter, but it did seem like they were coasting. Matt Stafford did play, I think, the whole third quarter. But yeah, it was just run, run, run. They couldn't move the ball on the Rams at all. They were not afraid to just punt it back to them in the second half. It was child's play. It wasn't even close. Now, like I said, I feel like they could still limp their way to winning that division. The only team that is remotely close is Carolina, and I don't think they're good at all. So I still think it's the Buccaneers, even if they have to run Teddy Bridgewater out there for a week or two. It's their division to lose, but it's probably one of those one-and-done teams that loses at home in the playoffs if they can't get healthy.
Yeah, we're not looking at the Bucks from last year.
No, I agree there. Yeah, and then aside from those games, we had a couple, or I would say a few, blowout potential games that we would have called, and specifically the Lions and the Giants and the Patriots and the Bengals looked like both of those teams were going to lose those games until late. Do you think that was just teams were maybe sleeping, not coming out hot, or do you think there's an actual issue potentially with those two guys?
I definitely think there's an issue. Like I said in the last episode we had, I'm not high on the Lions. And when we talked, I told you no way the Lions cover that spread. The Lions are a decent team, but they're not the team everybody thinks they are. A lot of hype behind them. I knew the Giants were going to cover. This one wasn't a surprise to me. The Patriots and the Bengals, that was interesting. I thought the Patriots should beat the Bengals terribly, bludgeon them. And, that game ended 26-20. So that was interesting to me. I think that one is. I still don't know that I think the Patriots are fool's gold. I mean, they're 10-2. That one, the best record in the NFL right now, right?
Yeah, tied with the Broncos and the Rams.
And, this one didn't really look like a blowout, but the Jaguars and the Cardinals, I felt pretty good about the Cardinals on this, at least covering the spread. I thought they may even win that game.
Yeah, that was a back and forth game. I mean, it was a great game to watch. I don't think either of us thought that could have been a potential blowout, but definitely, I think implications, especially for your guys' division, it puts another player that's two back of the Colts. And to me, it kind of throws Arizona out. I think mathematically they obviously still have a % chance, but I think that was a must win for them if they wanted any chance of stealing a wild card. At 8 losses now, there's no way. They're not going to get in. And even if they run the table, I don't think they get in at 9-8.
Which is disappointing because, at the end of the day, the NFL is all about winning. But the Cardinals, they're one of those teams. I feel like they're definitely better than their record.
They've been playing a lot of close games. They've just been losing a lot of close games. Mm-hmm. I mean, the Tennessee game that they fumbled, they almost beat you guys in the Loud House.
Yeah.
This game, I mean, all with Jacoby Brissett too, mind you. that's not getting paid anything. I mean, they could come back next year if they get a good draft pick. And
So one thing I did want to talk about is Shadur and how he played. Everyone's hyping him up. He beat the Raiders. He beat the Raiders, dude. What's up? I mean, is that something to celebrate? And his response seemed a little arrogant. What's your take?
yeah, you know, I think it's hard to, I guess, put like, you think about other rookies coming out and, talk about being humble and saying the right things and all that stuff. I don't think anybody has had the sort of scrutiny that he's had coming out and the cameras and all the questions. Like, nobody is at the podium asking a fifth round, any position, any questions at the locker after any game or before. They don't care about who you are. But with him, he's got more cameras on him than any other player. I mean, he's got more questions than Myles Garrett. And so I think, a lot of that accumulated up. Nobody thought he was going to do anything. Everybody bet against him this game and every game that, something came out of him when he was like, did you watch that film? I mean, I think he'll learn how to speak a little bit better and hold some emotions inside, but I think that was definitely a, receipt kind of deal. Like, show your receipts with this one. And yeah, the Raiders are god awful. They really are. But he did something that no Cleveland quarterback has ever done. No rookie has ever won their first start on the road, ever, until now. So whether or not, it was impressive to win that specific game, I think it should be celebrated that he did something that nobody else has been able to do. And it's in Cleveland, which they're obviously not talented on offense either. And you see what Jerry Jeudy did after he got like a 60-yard bomb? Did you see that fumble he made?
Yeah.
I mean, just stuff like that. Like, I'm hoping, and what's his name? What's the head coach's name for the Browns?
I'm not sure, but a side note, I don't know if you saw this.
Well, he said he's starting next week. He already,
I was going to say the other guy, what's his name? Gabriel Davis?
Dylan Gabriel. And he played for Oregon.
Something like that. Yeah. So whatever his name is.
Dylan Gabriel. Respect him. How dare you?
He's cleared concussion protocol, and they're still going to start Shadur. So I think moving forward, I just hate saying his name. Moving forward, he's their guy until he screws it up.
Yeah, well, and he won. He did something, like, he showed something that Dylan hasn't showed any week, and the team actually was behind him. I think, I don't think he had a choice. I mean, if he didn't start Shador next week, like, they would be, like, burning the stadium. Like, Cleveland would, like, go in flames. It would freak the heck out. It's the only thing they're excited about. I mean, literally. So I'm hoping they give him a trial run, and then maybe this is his plan to get trade bait out of him. And he gets out of Cleveland, and then he starts Dylan. I don't know, but yeah, I mean, they're playing a real game this week, and we'll get into it when we make our picks here in a bit. But that'll show me a little bit more than playing against the Raiders. But I still got to give props where props is due, and didn't see Dylan doing any of that, or like I said, any rookie quarterback they've ever had. So yeah, it was cool. I watched the game. Defense kind of shut down the Raiders too. I mean, he didn't have to do a lot. Had like 3 or 4 really nice balls. He had a scramble play that it looked like he actually like messed up the protection, he shifted the protection, it looked like in the wrong way, and then realized that after he snapped the ball, and then quickly ran around the edge, bought like 2 or 3 more seconds, and then chucked the ball like 40, 50 yards. I mean, that was a highlight. I hadn't seen that in anybody there in a while.
Ready to move on to the bet slip?
Yeah. Is any other implicating games from last week? Is that all you had?
Yeah, I think ready to move on and talk about our Thanksgiving games, our Thursday games, Friday games.
Yeah, every day of the week.
Yeah, except Saturday, right?
Yeah, well, then you got college.
Yep.
College.
So, first up, we got the Lions at home facing the Packers. Lions are favored by 2.5.
Yeah, this one's a tough one for me. I always feel kind of bad for the Lions on Thanksgiving because they used to never win on Thanksgiving. Like every year they would get pummeled on Thanksgiving. It's tough here because I think it's a get-right spot for both teams. Give me the Packers. I think Jordan Love will be able to take it. If Jameis Winston can throw for like 400 yards on these boys with no receivers, by golly, Jordan Love better be able to. Or they better be saying some stuff over there. And I believe in their defense. If they can get after Goff, obviously he's not a super mobile guy. Seems like if you can shut down Jahmyr Gibbs, you have a good shot. We didn't talk about this, but Sam Laporta out for the year. Got hurt. He's
Oh,
going to go into have back surgery. So that gives him one less weapon. Give me the Packers here, plus 2.5.
yep, that's where I'm landing. I don't have a lot of faith in the Lions. Give me the Packers.
So on next, brother Maine.
We got the Chiefs traveling to Dallas, play the Cowboys. The Chiefs are favored by 3. This one to me is a no-brainer. The Cowboys are 3-1 at home, and the Chiefs are 1-4 away. Chiefs coming off that win. Cowboys cover this spread every day.
This is a tough one. Both teams coming off a win. Both were like a kind of a get up spot kind of win. It wasn't like a pushover looking on to the next week kind of win. It's a non-conference game, but both teams obviously with 5 losses need this game. So both teams, I would assume, get up here. It's kind of tricky for me just because I believe in the Chiefs defense a lot more than I believe in the Cowboys defense. I'm going to take the Chiefs here -3. Would not be surprised if the Cowboys won outright at all. But the defense looked humming last week, and they're going to go inside now. So that means Xavier Worthy and Rashee Rice should be even faster. So yeah, give me the Chiefs here, -3.
Next up, we got the
What
Bengals.
you took the Cowboys?
Yep. Yeah, next up, we got the Bengals traveling to Baltimore to face the Ravens.
The who?
The Ravens,
The who?
they're favored by 7 points. The Ravens are against the Bengals.
Don't say.
To me, I'm going to take the Bengals to cover the spread. Burrow's most likely going to be back. The Ravens have been garbage and just not meeting expectations. Something's up with Lamar. Yeah, I'm not saying the Bengals win this game, but Baltimore's not winning it by 7. I can tell you that much.
Yeah, when I look at this game, even if Burrow does play, I normally automatically would say, oh yeah, Ravens are gonna, because it's not like the Bengals defense has changed at all this year. But if Burrow is coming back and it's Sunday night, this is like a super get up spot for the superstar. And I'm like you, I don't know what the heck's going on with Baltimore's offense.
That's Thursday night. Burrow's playing Thursday night.
Thursday night. Sorry, I saw NBC night. It's either way. It's a night primetime game. I'm gonna take the Bengals with you +7, getting a full touchdown. It's tough because I feel like the Bengals need to score, but at the same time, I don't know. Derrick Henry's been like the offense right now. That Lamar has not been able to throw to a receiver. Period.
Yeah,
Didn't he have under 100 yards? Passing?
The Bengals don't have a 0% chance yet. And so with Burrow coming back, they're probably going to be looking at this like, okay, every game from now on, we have to win. We got Burrow back. Let's go.
Do you think, though, realistically, obviously they think that way, but even if they run the table, do you think they get in at 9-8? I don't know that makes it.
It could. I mean, anything can happen with 6 games left in the NFL. Anything can happen.
We're both on the dirty Bengals here. I can't believe I'm taking Cincy, and I normally would just auto. Yeah. You want to move on to Black Friday?
Yep. Let's move on to Black Friday. We got the Bears traveling to Philly to play the Eagles. Eagles favored by 7.
Yeah. I'm gonna take the Eagles here -7. I just think I know the Bears just beat Pittsburgh. To me, I'm a Pittsburgh fan, a little biased. I don't know how much that's saying. I watched him. Caleb Williams is fraudulent. He really is. That defense is fraudulent. They can't stop the run. I mean, Jalen Warren was getting like 5-6 yards before he was touched.
Pretty hard to say 8-3 is fraudulent, I must say.
It's fraudulent. They're not. They've decent offense because of scheme. Ben Johnson is a hell of a schemer. Comes to plays. I am not sold at all on their defense or Caleb. And for that reason, I'm going to take Eagles here because they got embarrassed last week. So they're going to come in pissed off, buzzing around like a hornet. And yeah, I'd like them by double digits here.
Yep, I'm with you. I'm taking the Eagles mainly because they got embarrassed. I just don't see the Bears competing against the Eagles here. Yeah, give me the Eagles.
Yeah. I can't believe the Bears are 8-3. It's crazy to even look at.
I agree. So next up, we got the 49ers traveling to Cleveland to play the Browns, and
The Browns.
49ers are favored by 6 points.
They are in Cleveland.
I think that's low. I'm taking the 49ers.
Taking the Niners. Yeah, of course, as we're recording this, they still have to play the Carolina Panthers tonight. So barring any injuries, the line we have it at, won't move. Where it is at currently at 6, I'm going to take the Browns. That defense hums at home, and this is a 1 o'clock game for a West Coast team. So this will be like the Niners playing at like 10 a.m. So slow start. Hopefully they can't catch up in the second half to
Breaking
cover.
news. Breaking news.
What's that?
Pickens' status just changed from healthy to questionable. The
What for?
Cowboys.
Why?
Let's find out.
I guarantee you, it's just because it's Monday. Monday, if they don't practice or they're in limited practice, they have to give them an injury tag, or not an injury tag, but a questionable availability. But they're probably just giving them rest. A lot of the
Yeah, it sounds like he just got a bruised knee. And he's a non-participant at Monday's walkthrough.
That's all good. He'll be fine. Yeah, I'm gonna take the Browns here.
Wow. Okay.
Like I said, 49ers cross country, 1 o'clock start will be like a 10 a.m. start for them on the West Coast.
I think Shadur lets the last win go to his head and just chokes.
I don't think he's going to have to do much. Again, I think the defense at home plays. I mean, Myles Garrett has like 15 sacks this year. I mean, he's a monster. Yeah, that's Purdy's back and McCaffrey's there, but their defense, they still have no Bosa, no. Why am I blanking on the middle line? Their captain. Who am I thinking of? Captain. Middle linebacker. Hurt for the year. Tore his ACL.
Captain, oh captain. I don't know.
You know the man. Well, anyway, he's still not there. So if they can run the ball, Quinshon Judkins looks like a horse. He's going to be in Cleveland for many years. It sounds like. Give me Cleveland.
Next up, we got the Titans at home against Jacksonville. Jacksonville is favored by 6.5 points.
What say you?
It's weird to me that they're only favored by 6.5.
Yeah,
it seems
kind of
fishy.
stinky.
Yeah. I mean, instantly I'd say Jags, but again, it's weird that it's only 6.5. I'm gonna go Jags, but something seems off here.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the stink here and pick Tennessee. They covered last week. See if they can go 2 for 2.
All right, moving on. We got the Colts at home, the Texans, and
In the loud house.
Colts are favored by 4.5. I think the Texans cover here.
Plus the 4.5.
Yeah, I'm going against the grain here. I love my Colts, but
That's crazy.
I think the Colts still win somehow. But I think the Texans cover.
You might be doing some reverse voodoo here.
Yeah. No, the Texans got a really good defense, and all they got to do is see what Spagnuolo did. Stop the run, get in Jones' face.
Yeah.
If you can stop the run and get in Jones' face, you can beat the Colts.
Yeah, and C.J. Stroud should be back. Yeah. I'm gonna take Houston plus a 4.5. I think the Colts still win, but I think they probably win by like a field goal or something. It's a division game.
Yeah, it's gonna be close. And they got the total at 44.5 points.
It's very low.
I don't even see it getting there. I mean, truly, the Colts are not going to put up 30 points against the Texans, as much as I'd love to see it.
And you guys should still be able to rush the passer. I mean, whether Stroud's playing or not, it's not like their O-line got any better.
Yeah, I think this is a low-scoring game.
Totally agree.
Wow, okay. Next up, we got the Dolphins. Dolphins at home playing the Saints, and the Dolphins are favored by 6.
What a terrible game.
I want to hear your take on this first.
Yeah, I don't really have one. I can't believe the Dolphins are giving 6 points to anybody. That being said, give me the Dolphins. They're at home. It's gonna be 80 degrees. Yeah, the Saints are just, man, they let Kirk Cousins throw all over them. I mean, I can't back the Saints in any capacity. So give me Miami.
Yep, same. Give me Miami. This one's a no-brainer. We got the Jets at home welcoming the Falcons.
Oh my gosh.
Falcons favored by 2.5. That's a lock. Give me the Falcons by 2.5.
Hot Atlanta. The over-under is 39.5.
This is an easy one for me. It's
Give
probably
me
my
the
lock of
Jets.
the week. What?
Yeah.
You know what's going to be hilarious? If the Jets score a touchdown and they cover, but turns out Adonai Mitchell fumbled the ball going into the end zone again.
He's already had like bunch of drops.
He looks terrible. His route running's great. He is a great route runner. Great athleticism. Can't catch a ball.
Yeah.
Or hold on to it.
Yeah, just give me the Jets at home. No, I'm not going to be betting on this game. No, I'm doing a thing where if the Falcons are favored, I'm taking the other team. If the Falcons are getting points, I'm taking them. Weird. They're up, down, and it's still Kirk Cousins. Yeah. And it's going to be cold. But again, wouldn't be surprised to see anything out of either of those teams in the last 2 games. Won't make the TV, I don't think, for me.
Let's move on. We got Buccaneers at home playing the Cardinals. Buccaneers are favored by 3.
Yeah, and you would think a lot of the guys that are hurt, including Baker Mayfield, are probably also out again this week. I don't know if we have status updates for any of those guys, but if Teddy Bridgewater plays, I really am not
Mayfield's
wanting
not
to
rolled
take
out
Tampa.
at this point.
Is this number, do you think, a Teddy Bridgewater line or a Baker line at 3?
I think it's probably up in the air. I mean, if the Cardinals aren't playing for anything, like you said, if they're out of it, I'm taking the Buccaneers here.
If Bridgewater is playing, I'm taking the Cardinals at +3. If Baker's playing, I'd like 7 points.
You gotta lock it in. You gotta lock it in with where it sits today.
I'm gonna take Arizona.
All right, I'm taking Buccaneers. Next up, we got the Panthers at home playing the Rams. Rams are favored by 10.
Yeah, to me, you want me to go first? Yeah, make it 13, just like it was in the game last night. Give me the Rams minus whatever points you want to throw out there. Another fraudulent team here in Carolina that I don't think is very good at all. And I don't care, as in the 49ers one, I care about this one way, way, way less. Give me the Rams.
Give me the Rams as well. Okay, we got the Seahawks playing the Vikings. Seahawks are at home. Seahawks are favored by 10.5.
Yeah,
Give me the Seahawks.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I'm going the same way. I would think this would be a get-back spot, but man, until J.J. McCarthy shows me he can play 4 good, quarters of football, their defense is not, it's good, but if you can only get a handful of first downs every half, Seahawks defense is every bit as good as the Vikings defense, and I do think Sam Darnold is better than J.J. McCarthy. So give me Seattle at home.
Yep. You're going to have a lot to say about this one. Got the Steelers at home playing the Bills. Bills are favored by 4.
Yep, give me Pittsburgh +4. I, unlike my compadre here, will never bet against my team, even if it is for some reverse.
Oh no, I'm betting the Colts money line all day, but I'm not taking the spread.
Yeah. That being said, I think it's a really tough game for us. We are really good at containing the quarterback run because we have to play Lamar twice a year, and we're really good at playing against Lamar. I think very positive record against Ravens, not undefeated since he's been there. And Josh Allen's a little bit different to where, if he gets outside of the pocket, I think his arm's a lot better. And we play zone, and he usually kills zone. And I don't know if his receivers are that great to be able to play man. I'd like to see them try to play a little bit of man defense and see what that does. But we're at home. We can't afford to lose again. Hopefully Rodgers will be back. And the Bills still can't guard against the run. So throw Warren, throw Gainwell, throw the rookie out there, run all over them. And hopefully we keep Josh Allen off the field. And
even if you get him on I think you're going to want him on the field because Josh Allen, when Josh Allen faces an aggressive front 4, he doesn't do good. He collapses. The Atlanta Falcons, they have a great D-line, a lot of pressure, and it just shut the Bills down. Josh Allen does not respond well, much like Daniel Jones. When he's getting a lot of pressure, he doesn't know what to do. So honestly, I'm taking the Steelers here, +4.
It's 4.5, isn't it?
The line I'm looking at is just straight 4.
Yeah, you're right. You right.
Next up, we got Chargers at home playing the Raiders. Chargers are favored by 9.5.
It's another stinky spread.
It is.
I want to hear what you have to say about this before I make my decision.
I know the Chargers, I think their offensive line is still battling some injuries. Max Crosby's a monster, even if there's nothing to play for. At 2-9, the Raiders really shouldn't have a lot of motivation. Chargers have a lot of motivation. Herbert can still ball. Give me the Chargers -9.5.
Yeah, I feel like this line.
If this is a 5-5 Raiders where they're playing for something, I go Raiders. But they don't have anything to play for.
Yeah,
their season's over. So give me the Chargers.
It just bothers me a little bit, I think, because the total is so low.
That's because the Chargers are going to put up 41 points.
Yeah, they might put up 30, and the Raiders might not even score. Yeah. I think I'm overthinking this a little bit, maybe. Give me the Chargers.
All right, next up we got the Commanders at home playing the Broncos. Broncos are favored by 6.5.
Yeah, give me Washington plus the 6.5. Dogs and night games. Just kind of keep going with it.
Jaden Daniels is unlikely to play against the Broncos.
Yeah, I don't think this is a Daniels line. This looks like a Mariota line.
but also the Broncos seem to always play to the level of their competition. Let's see. They beat the Chiefs. Broncos beat the Chiefs by 3, beat the Raiders by 3, beat the Texans by 3. Yeah, give me the Commanders cover.
You mean the Redskins? It just doesn't have the same ring to it.
It doesn't. It doesn't. But yeah, I think the Commanders cover this easy.
Yeah. You think if Jaden plays, how many points do you think it goes down to?
Maybe 5.5. I don't think it makes a big difference right now.
Interesting. Well, then we got Monday night, December 1st already. Lord.
Monday night, we got the Patriots at home playing the Giants. Patriots favored by 7.5.
Yeah. Give me the Patriots. Get back. Get right. Even though they won, I don't think they won handedly. Jameis is magic, but the Patriots secondary is not what Detroit's secondary is. And it's going to be outside. It's going to be less than 40 degrees. It's going to be cold. Give me the Patriots here. 7.5.
I'm taking the Giants strictly off of the push and pull of the NFL. Patriots are riding the high horse right now, and the Giants seem to keep covering spreads. So something's going to happen. Something's got to give the Patriots. Give me the Giants to cover the spread.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah, we got some differences here. For boys and girls counting at home last week so far, Mark's already locked it in 7-5, and I'm sitting at 5-7. So another week goes by, and I am the loser. So doesn't feel great. Try to get back at him. The loser. Next up, I want to talk about some player props, some leans here. If you guys are doing any fantasy, doing any DraftKings, any sleeper underdog plays, specifically on the Thursday night games. Mark, I don't know if you have any for the Sunday slate. I think there's still a lot of injury news to come out, but speaking on the Thursday night, I do like Mahomes over his passing yard prop. I think Dallas's defense, while it's gotten healthier, their secondary is still a little vulnerable. And, I don't know that Kareem Hunt's going to be able to do what he did against the Colts last week. I mean, without Pacheco and only having Kareem Hunt, I just don't know if they're going to be able to run the ball as effectively, which is going to force them to throw the ball. And the Cowboys are going to try to run up the score, so they may have to. With that being said, that's why I also like Dak over on his pass attempts. They for sure aren't going to be able to run the ball. They're going to have to throw, and that seems like all they want to do anyway. So.
Yeah, no, I mean, truthfully, if I was going to take overs, I'd be leading overs on the Cowboys receiving core.
Yeah.
And Dak Prescott. Chiefs, pretty hit or miss. I don't think it's a reliable play to pick the props there. The only prop I would say would probably be Kelsey on receptions.
Yeah, he seems to be getting up on a lot this year, which is crazy because it still seems like he's lost a step. I mean, he's not been blocking that well, that's for damn sure.
His blocking is terrible.
Yeah, it's gotten really, really bad.
He's not very swift.
True. I also like in the Ravens Cincy game, I really like Derrick Henry's prop. If you think, I know we both picked Cincy spread, but if you're going to bet on Baltimore, the way Lamar has been looking in that receiving core, it's Derrick Henry's show. So, and Cincy, like we said, still cannot defend the run. So I like a big game out of Derrick Henry. Big game. What do you think about that game? As far as different players, I mean, are you on that same side, or would you be looking at like Cincy receivers? Because that's also, they're going to get a lot of passing attempts.
I would, if it was me, I'd probably go Lamar rush yards, Jamar Chase receiving yards, T. Higgins receiving yards.
Okay. Either way is fair. They script out similarly. So
I like if Josh Jacobs is hurt, I think Wilson is a great prop play that I'd lock in.
Do they play on Thursday? Yeah, they do. They play against the Lions.
Good.
Yeah, they play at Detroit.
Yep, you're right. Yeah, I'd take if Jacobs isn't healthy, which he didn't play last week or this week. I think I'd take Wilson on their
I think Jacobs is coming back, but I don't know if anything's been confirmed yet. But do you know how many yards Wilson had last week? Or did he just get bolstered? Because I know he had like 2 or 3 touchdowns.
I'm not sure, but he made my fantasy team look pretty good.
Of course. Always comes back to Mark's fantasy team. Let it be known. That is what in sport is in
Absolutely. We're on a 5-game win streak.
Let's see here. In that Lions-Packers game, I'm kind of leaning on Jordan Love here with what I just saw Jameis Winston do to that Lions secondary in that same building. Jordan Love's got to have a coming-out party at some point. He's getting paid the big bucks. He's already gotten his big contract, so he's He's going to start playing like it. I don't know if it's LaFleur's play calling or it's him playing, but they've got like 8 receivers. There's no reason. I know Tucker Kraft's out for the year, but they've looked anemic at times throwing the ball. I don't know what it is, but I would like to see him at a get right spot here, and I'm sure because of how he's played, his passing total prop for this is lower than it should be. So I'd like to take Jordan Love. You could probably pair that with Dobbs or
I wouldn't pair it with Dobbs.
Golden.
Dobbs has been very underwhelming.
Yeah, the problem is they just have so many receivers. They can't feed everybody every game. So it's like with the Chiefs, like it's a different guy's game every game. But like you said, if Jacobs is hurt, especially, even if Emmanuel Wilson plays well, they're still going to be throwing ball more than they would. And they're playing the Lions, which Green Bay's defense really good, but it's high scoring. So you're going to pass.
Truthfully, even if Jacobs is playing, I think all the more reason to take Wilson's over whatever it is because it'll probably be low. And with Jacobs just coming back, he probably isn't going to be 100%.
Yeah. Well, it depends. We'll have to be on the lookout for that. If you guys are watching this video throughout the week, pay attention to the injury report there and what they plan on doing. If he's a full participant in Thursday or Friday practice, I would assume that he's going to get the lead role and they're not going to split carries. But he does lose a lot of goal line work. So if we're just talking about starts and sits, to Mark's point, Emmanuel, regardless if Jacobs' player doesn't play, seems like he's getting the goal line touches, and that's touchdowns where you get your big points. But other things in that game, I don't trust Goff. I trust Jahmyr Gibbs, but man, Green Bay's defense and that D-line, I think will present some problems for them on the inside. So if you're looking at any props for the Lions, I don't know what Mark you're on, I would be looking at the receivers. But Amon St. Brown, Jameson Williams, those guys, what say you?
Yeah, I think St. Brown is always a safe pick. I'd probably go Jordan Love pass yards too.
Gotcha. In the Sunday games, like we said, lots to come out through the week. Is there anything early that you'd like me or anybody else to pay attention to as far as player props go on numbers to look at going forward? See if they're moving.
Jonathan Taylor, anytime touchdown.
That's going to be your bet every week.
Every week.
Yeah. It should be in everybody's parlay, honestly. If they're going to win anything or do well, he's going to get a damn touchdown. Although, it didn't happen last week, which they lost.
Bijan Robinson, anytime touchdown.
Okay, now you're just getting some layups in here. Best 2 running backs in the league. Yeah, they'll score a touchdown. Bet on that.
That's why my parlays always hit.
I'd for some more down the board here.
Jacoby Brissett, 2 passing touchdowns.
We're talking touchdown props from running backs. Look at Devon Achane for the Dolphins.
Yeah,
he's really good, which is interesting. I wonder what they're going to do with him. I think they ought to pay him, but they got their backup, Ollie Gordon, that they just drafted last year. If they pay Achane, they'll trade Ollie Gordon. At least they should. They shouldn't stash a talent like that. Somebody's going to get a really good running back, and he has not hardly seen the field because they've got Devon Achane. So look at that, playing the Saints. They should be able to run it up, run the ball a lot. He gets goal line work, and he gets if it's not to Waddle, it's to him passing. So Achane, I would say McCaffrey, but they're playing the Browns in Cleveland. So probably Josh Allen anytime, honestly.
No.
He'll run one in for sure. He always does.
No.
What do you have against Josh Allen?
Nothing. But I think I give your Steelers D-line more respect than you do. No way does he get one past him. Not a chance.
I hope so. I don't believe that, but I hope that's true.
No, I think the Steelers contain Josh Allen here.
Yeah, a lot of the other games I'm not super keen on. I would see Seattle if we're talking running back props, but the problem with them is they play Charbonnet and Kenneth Walker.
Gadsden with the Chargers. Anytime touchdown.
Yeah, and they've got some receivers there too. Is Quentin Johnson coming back this week? Do you know for the Chargers?
I don't know, but he's been pretty disappointing too.
Yeah, but he's been hurt past couple of weeks. If he comes back, that gives less opportunity to anybody. Like Trey Harris will probably go back. Lad McConkey will go back a little bit. Yeah, I'd say that's kind of... Yeah, again, watch out for this Bucs game. If Baker ends up playing, that throws me back on all their wide receivers, even though I'm still on the Cardinals there. If Baker plays, give me a lot of Egbuka. Give me all the Egbuka. that anybody will give me. But if Teddy's playing,
Would you take all the Ibuka he'd give you?
I don't know. It might be too much to handle. You'd have to let me know on a scale here, some sort of integer, or calculable number. But maybe if he asked me face to face,
He's nice about it. Gave you some front row seats.
Yeah. I don't know if I'd be able to say no to him. You know what I mean? He's just so handsome.
Oh yeah, that's all I got on props.
Yeah, and me too, honestly. Well, that just about wraps it up, doesn't it?
I think so. Everybody have a great
Well, boys and girls,
Thanksgiving. Have a
I think
great
we're going to get out of
holiday.
here.
Be safe. Make great choices for your family time, and we'll see you back.
Yeah,
after
have
the
a
holiday.
happy Turkey Day, happy turducken. Shout out John Madden.
Happy turducken. You're gonna see Dak Prescott eating turducken again.
Oh my God! I heard all those things they do on the broadcast are like super dry. Like the player will just like take a bite and then like spit it a little bit.
Yeah.
Not like on McAfee where it comes out fresh, I guess.
I guess not.
Shoot.
So, all right. That being said, peace.
Peace.